Welcome to Outside the Business Boxes podcast, where we're talking about how to ignite your business with systems, mindset, upgrades, pivoting for the future, and of course, marketing. I am your host, Chad Murray. Let's do this. Well, hello again, everybody out there. This is Chad Murray, chadmurray.biz. I am the voice of, at least right now, your future in the next 30 minutes to however long I'm going to chit chat and take up your time. And so, hey, I've been gone a while, guys, and I really, I was actually nervous to put the mic in front of my face today. Can you believe it? I mean, I actually, I have a whole thing I wanted to talk about. I've been super excited about everything going on in my business, my life. I've come through a rough time over the last year. I had an anxiety I had some health issues with my weight, and I really went through a dark place. And I came out of it about 3 months ago, but really came out of it about 2 months ago hard. And I'll tell you, it is invigorating. You've got to hit the dirt. At times, birds fall out of the nest to learn to fly. They got to take some you got to take some lumps before you learn how to box. I mean, you got to get hit hard. Trees go down before they go up. And so here I am. I'm at another point in my life where I've had some shit things happen to me, and I have a better perspective. And I got some stuff for you guys today. So I'm really here today to talk to the guy that's under 2 million, really trying to build a business, because that's my core thing that I do, that I help teach people, is to break 1 million too. I've had some successes of guys breaking the 3 is not that hard, but the 4 or 5, and I've even had a couple break 10 million that have coached with me. And so, but my real thing is the little guy. I want to help you get out of reach 1 million, break through 1 million, and then get to 2 and start building the business that you want. Now, it's not for everybody. I'm not here to tell you have to do this. I'm not here to say, that it's anything wrong with not wanting to build a business. But to get over the $1 million, there's some things you got to do, and there's some things that if you don't change and do, you're not going anywhere. But I'm really here to talk to you about how you do it, trying to help you out to get there. I love helping people. One of the things that helped me get out of my last few months of doing it, started helping more people. And I really, really, I want you to really understand that you're not alone. I've needed help. I still coach during my deal, and I masked my anxieties and some irrational fears I was having. I mean, we had some reality stuff hit us too. So, a lot of my stuff comes down to just my chimney business not doing what it should be doing. And we had a fall that just put me into a depression / whatever. I was on such a high low last year. We had the best summer ever. I went to Italy. I carried the flag at Spazza Samini opening parade, and so got to be with all the guys that went over there, which is awesome. And I am going back to Italy this year, and it was a privilege. It was a privilege just to be around these people, and I'm around some of these guys a little bit, not as often as I'd like, but it is just awesome. So anyway, part of growing your business is starting to be like who you know. You're not alone. That's the biggest thing, is people think is that you think when you're at $1 million or under, because you've done everything alone. No one's helped you. It's so commendable to get where you are. You're at $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, and you've done it alone. You got 3 or 4 employees, maybe someone answering the phone. You're probably still in and out of the field, if not still in the field. And you're just like, how do I get out of this and start something bigger, better, and start growing? And I'll tell you, you're stuck there because you're a technician. You haven't learned how to run a business because nobody taught anybody how to do a business in high school, college, not really in college even. They didn't do it. Most of us didn't go to college in the service industry. If we did, we found out that the corporate world sucks. I spent a little time in the corporate world in my early 20s, and I didn't hate it. I actually did well, but I hated the job. I was in the restaurant industry for about 5 years, 6 years. But back to you. You're sitting there and you're like, golly, there's got to be a better way. Well, there is. There's absolutely a better way. And if you go down to my podcast, you're going to see a lot of people that I've had on in the last 5 years that have been there. And I'm going to start this podcast up even more. I'm going to try. To do this weekly again because I love getting out there and I love people telling me they like to listen to my podcast. I'm a nobody. If you don't know who I am, I've got a $4 to $5 million business. I own several businesses. I have the chimney business. I have this coaching business. I started up a marketing business with my daughter, which is probably the easiest business I have because I just sell whenever I want to turn the ads on and get us up to our monthly revenue goal, and then I stop and let my daughter do everything else, and so that's what she does. Love that. I've got a CRM coming out called Service Galaxy with Mark Stoner, my brother Justin Murray. Me and Mark are like put on the gas, and my brother's still trying to get the back end done, and we're getting really tired after 3.5 years of paying, and we're like, come on, let's go. And I think we'll be out at least for a beta version for people to try it out here in the next, I'm going to say 90 days. Me and Mark want it in 30. I'm hoping in the next 30 days. But we'll see. It's called Service Galaxy. The website is up, but I'm not sure if you can do anything with it yet. But you certainly can't sign up yet. But we're getting there. We will be there soon enough. And so, all right. So let me help you. If you are a struggling business right now, what do you need to do? Well, first off, you need to tell yourself you can do it. Number one, stop self-deprecating. Stop blaming everybody else. Stop blaming the economy. Stop blaming your employees. It's all about you can do it. And you can do it. You just got to learn how to do it. And you got to learn what steps to do just to break out of where you're at right now. And that's what you got to do. So what you have to do first is start. I don't care what you start doing. Start now. No matter what you do, start. And screw it up, mess it up, F it up, do whatever. Doesn't matter. Start doing something. Change something tomorrow about your business. If you're listening to this podcast in the morning, change something today about your business. Fire, hire, make a system, change a price. I don't care. Do something that's going to make your business better right now. Don't wait to talk to me. That's coming at the end of this podcast. I'm going to have an opportunity for you at the end of this podcast to come work with me. So go ahead and take a listen to at the end if you can listen to me that long. But do something now. There's no tomorrow when you have today to do something. There isn't. Tomorrow's coming. That clock's ticking. But if you wait to do it tomorrow, you're going to wait to do it tomorrow, and there's never-ending tomorrows. And guess what? 5 years from now, you're going, I never did anything tomorrow. Because today's the day to do it. I said tomorrow earlier because I'm recording this at 8 o'clock at night. And I'm doing this recording because I've been dreading, and not dreading now, I've been dying to do another podcast. And it's not that I've dreaded to do it. I don't know. I haven't done it. And I miss it. I can't wait to let you guys hear my bumbling, stuttering voice again. Here I am. So anyway, start. I gotta tell you a story. Have you ever heard the screaming of a guy on a War Games thing called Leroy Jenkins? Let me tell you the story of what this means. So, Warcraft. I think it was Warcraft. This guy. They are all huddling before they're going to storm this castle. Okay. And what did they do? They're all sitting there planning what they're going to do. And this one guy his name in Warcraft is Leroy Jenkins. And he just says, forget it. I'm storming. And he storms the castle and screaming his name, Leroy Jenkins. And they all lose they lose. But guess what? He did something. He didn't want to sit there and listen to the bullshit about how we're going to do stuff. He'd had enough of that. Let's do it. So there's two lessons here. Number one is you should plan. But number two is if you can plan forever, you're going to plan forever in tomorrow. And you're never going to do it. So I say be a Leroy Jenkins and just fucking go. Do it. Sorry if you have kids in the car, I'm sorry. So just go, do it. And if you mess up, call me, because guess what? I've messed it up too, exactly like what you just did. And I will help you in a text message or anything else to do it. You can text me at 972-877-3585. That's my number. Text me and I'll fix you in 1 minute. Yes, I will. Why? Because I have wrote a book about it. What's the name of my book here? So over here, you got Operation Entrepreneur Freedom. That's my book. Hey, shameless plug. You can get it on Amazon. I think 15 people have bought it by now, and so it's a top seller on Amazon. So I haven't recorded it yet. I need to record the damn book. So anyway, so it's just start, and it's going to be hard. You need to understand change is not easy. Why is change not easy? Because if it was easy, you'd be doing it every day and doing it. So what you've done, you've gone into a rut. You've fallen stagnant. You've decided that what you're doing today is okay for tomorrow, and that's wrong. If you want to grow, if you like where you're at today and you don't want to do anything else, okay, just listen to my voice, have a fun time. I'll say some funny shit and we'll move on and we'll go on. But if not, put a little moisture on the tongue there. Go ahead and do something today. If it's late, do it tomorrow, but make tomorrow today, and then never, ever say tomorrow, do it today. All right, does that make sense? Does that make sense? That used to bother me. The younger generation of coaches and people that are gaining ground on stuff, and now I've started to say it, but I used to say to me about 4 or 5 years ago, it used to bug me. Someone would say something to me, right? They're teaching me something, and they'd say, does that make sense? And they'd say it all the time, and it really bugged me, because I was like, I didn't like what it was saying. It's like, yeah, I'm listening, yeah, I get it, but now I find myself saying it doesn't make sense, because it is kind of one of those jarring things that kind of shake the sugar tree in you a little bit to say, okay, does that make sense? So hopefully that all makes sense. So I mean, why is it hard? Why is it hard to go do something? You know what? What is the second number one thing that you could do, honestly? And this is no joke, no shit. It is really the second is you need to go find someone that's going to mentor you. You need someone that's going to coach you. You need someone who's been there before. Because why are you trying to figure it out yourself? Stop trying to figure it out yourself. If you could do it, you would have done it, and you wouldn't be where you're at today. I'm not. Of course, shameless plug. Listen to the end of the thing. I got an opportunity for you, but stop trying to do it alone. You're not going to get to 2 million alone if you've been there for a while, or it's going to be a very long struggle. Find someone, find someone that can accelerate your growth and go fast. Why go so slow? I love fast. I know there's a lot of industries out there, especially when it comes to codes and standards and how to look at them, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But fast to me is my business. Fast to me is what has made me, I guess, on paper, I'm a millionaire. Yep. Fast. But why is it hard? So I was talking to Mike Fazy the other night. He's a $12, $14 million company. One of my first coaching clients, and now truly I can put him on the top. Like if I'm in high school or elementary school, I can say best friends. He's one of my best friends. I love him. Mike's awesome. If you don't know Mike Fazy, call him. I'm not going to give you his number, but you can look him up on Facebook. Call him. He'll talk to you. It's so funny how he'll talk to you. He, like me, will talk to you. He'll answer any questions. And sorry, Mike, that I just did that in the podcast. I know you're listening and you're laughing right now and shaking your head. But anyway, so me and him were talking. And he's got a mixed group coming to his place this week. And he was just telling me some things they were getting ready. And he said, hey, we would always talked about how things are hard. And we made a poster on choosing your hard. And I'm like, oh, what do you mean choose your hard? I kind of got it, but I never actually heard that phrase. Forward about 30 minutes later, I walked in and told my wife what choose your hard is. She goes, yeah, you haven't heard that before? Like, I'm a dummy. So dummy Chad, stupid Chad, like, no, never heard that before. So choose your hard. What does that mean? What does choose your hard mean? Well, you can choose to not set goals, or you can choose to set goals. So which is harder? I mean, it really comes down to, things like which is hard for you to choose. Struggling because you lack skills to make more money, that's hard. Or You can study, learn new skill sets to improve your financial situation because that's hard too. Which hard do you choose? Act like you know everything and have a stagnant business. That's hard. What sucks? You're constantly in your own mind. Or seek help and get answers to your problems to grow. And all of a sudden you start growing. That's hard because you've never done it before. In my case, here's another thing. You can be fat and feel bad and start having all the stuff that was happening to me was part of my anxiety, was my weight. That was hard. And it did a lot of stuff to me. Physically, couldn't sleep. Just a lot of shit happened in about a 6-month period. And then, or I can stop overeating and I get my mind right and get my body right. Which is harder? Which hard do I choose? Well, I chose it, and I'll tell you, I'm doing this podcast because I said I'm going to stop being fat, gaining weight, and I'll start taking care of my mind and my health. My mind was easy to fix. It was my body I've had a struggle with. I wrestled. I just had a weight problem since my 30s. I've had a weight problem, really, and so mid 30s, and I decided to stop. So in the last 7 weeks, I've lost 30 pounds. Thank you, Dr. Pluriday. You can go read his book, The Pluriday Effect. You can't listen to it. You got to go buy it. And I've lost 30 pounds in 7 weeks, 6.5 weeks, really. And it's not been hard, stupid easy, but I chose that hard, and so I want you to understand the first thing about it too is that you're not alone. There's a lot of people out there at the under million to middle million to trying to seek out the 2 to 3 million. And the fastest way to stop the struggle that you're at is to start now and find a mentor coach. It's the best thing you can do. I don't care. I'll tell you anything. There's a lot of people you could go to. I happen to know the chimney and service industries, and I found out that I've been coaching a couple other businesses that are not in the chimney industry, and guess what? They're exactly the same. So I don't care if you own a window washing company, you're a maid service, you're a pest control. It doesn't matter. Your business is exactly the same as mine. Your sales process is slightly different. We can tweak that, but yeah, everything else exactly the same. It's exactly the same. You want to grow a business, you can't be in a truck. You got to mentor your people out there and teach them their sales process, and grow your business. You got to learn to teach sales. You got to learn all the back end stuff to start delegating. Everything is going to come down to what you do today that you're not going to do tomorrow, and you're going to learn how to systematize everything, and that's growth. It's not a secret, guys. It's not a secret. I've been stuck at 4 million. Why? I can tell you why. I'll give you a full evaluation right now why I'm stuck at 4 million. My sales guys can't get over the 4 million hump. My general manager, who I love to death, is not a sales guy. I'm not there. And we need to change some things. So this year we're flipping the switch. And so stay tuned. I will tell you what we did at Masters over the next few months and watch it start growing and scaling. I've said this for 5 years, getting to 5 million. We're doing it this year. It's going to happen. So anyway, back to you, because this podcast is for you. Kind of for me too. Why? Because the more I can help you, the more I feel better. And that's what I really want in life, is me to feel better because I'm helping you. So when it comes to really working on your business, I'll tell you the first thing, or the third thing, and I just kind of alluded to it. It's sales. A lot of people say up your prices. Probably at your point, you do need to up your prices. So that's kind of overheard. You've heard it. And that doesn't mean go across the board, do 10, 15, 5, whatever percentage. I'll tell you how you raise your prices. You pick a couple of the main things you do and raise them up 15 to 30%. Get used to start raising your prices. And then when you raise your prices, you have to learn the value sale. Right now, you're selling off of the it needs to be done sale, the customer needy sale. Nope. Now you got to start building value into how you sell it. Because if you don't, no one's going to buy that price. So I'll give you an example. What does value mean? Value is if you walk in here and you're going to clean my windows and you're going to come to my house. Let's say I've got 30 windows in my house. You're going to show up, you're going to smile, you're going to greet the customer, and you're going to go count the windows, you're going to give them a price. Okay? And you say I can do it today. Okay. That's okay price. whatever, and they might buy you. And matter of fact, you probably find out that a lot of people do buy it because you're probably cheap. So let's just say for those 30 windows, you charge $300. It takes you a couple hours, maybe 3 hours. Okay, $100 an hour. All right. Now, I just told you the process. Let's do this process. You show up, you shake their hand, you talk about, hey, I'm here to give you a 5-star experience. Let me ask you some questions about your house. How many windows? Do you have anything that's covering the windows? Do you have anything special with the windows? Any film on the windows, like tinting? Is there anything that I need to know about your windows? Do you have any screens that need to be maybe redone, or do you like what the screens look like? You ever thought about getting new screens? And I'm taking you down this journey of I'm asking you questions about your house and about your windows. And then when I get done, I walk in here and I explain everything. I maybe show them a screen. I show them a window that might be cracked. I show them that I'm going to make sure the ledges are perfectly cleaned and blah, 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 and tell them about our process, how we're going to do it. It's going to take me about 3 hours to do it and la, 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 la. And when I'm done, it's going to cost $550 and I can get that done today as well. Which sounds better. That's what you have to do your business. That's your simple way of starting a valued service. That's what you have to do when you show up, is build value in the exact same thing you're going to do for the cheaper price. That's how companies build. That's number 3 that they do to build their business. That's how you build it. That's what you do. Now, guess what? When you're at $4 or $5 million, even 10 to 12, 15, $20 million, guess what? They repeat this step. They rework how they're doing it. So I'll give you an example. Mark Stoner at Ashbusters, and I was talking to him. I don't think this is a secret. We were talking to him. He's telling me last year they rebuffed or revamped their sales process because their sales price. By the way, if you don't know Mark, I don't know how much. I'm going to guess he's at $14 million. He's probably going to yell at me. He's probably more. I mean, Mr. Entrepreneur over there buying businesses. So let's just say he's a $20 million business. I don't know. But, he actually got on the field and they revamped it because their sales process was so bogging down guys. And they literally changed it up and made it easier. But when they made it easier, he told me they made it like better, valued better. It was more pinpointed to what they were doing. And you can imagine how I just taught you your first step how to value. Can you imagine every million you add a little more value, add a little value, and by the time you get to a $15-20 million company, you have so much value, your guys are blowing their heads off because there's so much they got to tell the client when you didn't need to do all that. You got to come back to the basics and rebuild the value a better way that's streamlining the product, because us owners, what are we going to do? We're going to keep building value. We're going to keep telling you to do stuff. And by the way, next thing you know, you have a mountain full of value when you only needed a hill. Okay, so I hope that this is helping. Here we go. Does that make sense? All right. I listened to an Alex from Hormozi thing. It's seriously. I think I took a picture. I did a podcast. I did an Instagram on it. Let me go pull this up, my Instagram, because I think I can see in the picture. I think I can see him in it. Can I see that? Let me see if I can see the title. Maybe he's gonna. Here we go. It's about Outwork. Here we go. How to build a better business by Outwork. So anyway, I can't quite read what it says, but I've listened to this podcast or his podcast on our YouTube video. Now I've literally listened to this one 20 times. Why? Because it just so friggin' motivates me, and it's funny. I've literally listened to this 20 times. A lot of times in my truck, I'll pull it up and listen to it, and it's probably been 6 months since I last listened to it, and I get something new out of it every time. It's insane. It's long enough. It is what it is. But I'll tell you what it is. It's this. How do you eat an elephant one step at a time? But you also, that's one phrase you can do. That is not in there. What is the biggest thing that you can do? Really, is fast. Go fast. Work harder than everybody else in your niche. That's how you do it. You work harder. What does that mean? So you're listening to this, you're at $700,000. You're busting your ass off every day out in the field, maybe not in the field. You're like, how in the hell do I work harder? I'll tell you how. You got to go in at night, go in early. You got to do shit. That's not, you got to take care of business, and then you got to start learning. That's hard. I find it funny when I coach people, and I'll offer, like coach on Tuesdays and Wednesdays exclusively. And I mean, I do coach other days, but those are the 2 days I really book all my appointments, and I work literally 12 to 14 hours those days. And I love it. I never have regretted working those days because I love talking to all my clients and helping them out. But I'll tell you, I got there on those days by working my ass off. I worked my ass off to get these clients, and I absolutely love it. When I built Master Services, I literally spent. I learned marketing, and I'll tell you about my marketing story here in a minute. I learned marketing back when Google was a baby. They called me. Like I had a website, which nobody in Dallas. I was the first chimney website in Dallas. I may have been the first chimney website in Texas. I don't know. I mean, Lee Lord's dad may have had one before me, but I doubt it. I mean, I was early. I mean, I was 1999, 1998. I had a chimney website. And this, I just literally saw on Yahoo. I had Yahoo, not AOL. I might have had AOL back then, AOL email, but I was listening. I was reading on Yahoo News about this new startup called Google, and I'm gonna call them because they talked about their AdWords product, and so I was at my office one day and the phone rang. I picked it up. It was just my wife and I as the call center. This is way back then, a couple years into business. We started in '97. And we had a little, actually had this tiny little retail store in Carrollton, Texas. It was tiny. It was 900 square feet. Anyway, I picked up the phone, had a computer. I was actually doing our invoicing and calendar on the computer, not on a piece of paper. And which sounds stupid, not everybody else, but back then it wasn't. Everyone else was doing it that way. So anyway, and it's this lady from Google calling me. Super nice, obviously. Want to learn AdWords, and I'm like, I just saw you guys on Yahoo. It's funny. I have on my calendar tomorrow to call you. There you go. There's a tomorrow thing for you. But I did. I scheduled an appointment with her, and I learned AdWords right there, and I never looked back. And then a couple years later, I'm getting my ass kicked bad because this new thing out called SEO. I'm like, I had the best website in Texas, and I had all these companies started to do the websites, and then they knew how to SEO. I had no idea what SEO even was. I learned ads. I was number one on every page, every keyword. I was number one on in Texas or Dallas, Fort Worth. And, but I started seeing this, why was I not, they didn't have Google Play, my business or profile back then now, like they do now, Map Pack. And so I'm like, I'm never seeing myself underneath the ads. So I took a week off of work and I worked, I swear to God, I got up at 6:00 in the morning and I worked until 10:00 at night for a week to learn SEO. So I've learned SEO and AdWords back in 1999, 99 or 2000, 99, I think. And I haven't totally kept up, but definitely for about 10 years I did. Did all my own marketing, never hired anybody. And so I would spend the time. So then when I got done with that, I then started going back to work. I was still out in the truck. I would go to work out in a truck all day, spend time in the retail store some days, like Saturdays in the retail store all day. My wife was Monday. We were off on Mondays on the showroom side, but Monday through Friday, my wife would be in the call center answering phones until my mom started, and then she started working there. She was our second call center person, and then they answered the phones, and I was always on Saturdays I'd work the call center. I'd work the call center and the showroom. Not busy on the calls on Saturday, but I do that. But I'd come home at night every day, every single day, and write a blog every day. I'd make a page better. I'd add a picture from today. I did that. You can ask anyone that knows me. I did that on my website for 15 years. Every day. Go look and see how many blogs Master Services has. You can't count them. I have a hard time getting a new website theme because I have so many pages. and so many blogs, and we've lost like 3 or 4 thousand of them in some transitions, which we made. Well, we didn't lose them. We actually got rid of them because they weren't doing anything good and it didn't hurt us out. Blah blah blah. But I did that. It was hard. It was hard. I chose to do that. So fast forward a few years back, for 3.5 years to be exact, and I'm helping one of my clients in here in my office. And if you look to my left, if you're watching me on YouTube, but you can go watch this video on YouTube. If you go to the left, this is my living room. My doors are open in my office. I've got a pretty good size office here. We actually made it bigger when we built the house. And my daughter Madeline, who has a marketing background, got some certifications and whatever for Google, heard me helping my client in the marketing because I'm loud. The whole house can hear me, even when the doors are probably closed. So I did that. I got off the call. She comes in here and bum rushes me and says, Dad, I don't want to go work for a marketing company. I want to work for you. I want to work together. And so, long story short is we took some classes, we joined some mastermind groups and marketing groups, and I said, well, we're going to wait 2 months before we really learn what we're going to do. So we spent 2 months of training and learning. Which again, here I am. I'm running a coaching business. I'm running a coaching business. We had just started up Service Galaxy. My brother and I were meeting 3 times a week for 3 hours. It seemed like. To learn what we were going to build in Service Galaxy, and I had master services still. I had all that going on, yet I still found time to learn all the marketing, how to start an agency. So we launched in November of 2022. No, 2021. Yeah, it was 22. So I guess it's 3 years. So anyway, we launched. And I sold, are you ready for this? In about 9 weeks, little over 2 months, not quite 3 months, $60,000 a month reoccurring revenue. Our cost on that was about 30. That was when we had to white label and hire other people to do all the work, and we bought it into this thing called Rank Daddy, and he had all these things you buy, and so all you had to do is sell it. But it was when you have $60,000 worth of clients in a month, and you got to redo everything every month. We had to buy. It was a full-time gig for Madeline and I, or Madeline mainly, to go in there and buy everything for everybody. It was a lot, and so we said finally we kind of said we got too big for our britches. It was and we scaled back down to about 35, and that's where we've hung out ever since. And we're still, if you need marketing, you can message me too, and I can do your marketing. We're excellent at marketing chimney sweeps and service businesses, home improvement businesses, especially. We're really good at those, kitchen remodels and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, yeah, I did all this hard stuff though. I've done all this, and I continue to do some changes in my life to make sure I'm doing the right hard. Which hard are you doing and are you choosing? Choose the one that's going to actually make you a better person, a better father, a better husband, a better business owner, a better friend, a better employer. Choose the hard that makes you better today, not tomorrow. All right, guys. So if you want to work with me, if you're almost out of the truck, you got to be close to out of the truck, if not out of the truck. And so I don't know. I'm not going to put a money figure on that, but you got to almost be out of the truck because it's really hard. I can't talk to you while you're in a truck if I can't help you. So I'm offering a $500 a month deal. It's a 1-year contract. I'm not going to mess around with anyone for less than a year. You got to be committed. If you can't commit to $500 a month and show up to my business, then I don't want to work with you anyway. So anyway, $500 a month. I'm going to work with you once, one full-on hour meeting with you a week, or once a month, and then we're going to do a mastermind group between 1 and 2 hours every other week. So 1 week is going to be you and I talking for an hour, and then and 2 weeks later it'll be, or sometime in the month, you'll get a mastermind group too with everybody like-minded. You're going to meet these people. We're going to be giving out assignments. We're going to be making sure that everybody hits their KPIs, key performance indicators, because I don't want anybody not growing. And we're going to start this here real soon. I'm going to start with my first person that signs up. It's going to be a lonely road till a second person signs up, and then a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and keep growing. It's $500. Unlimited text. I'm not going to take phone calls. I'll call you if I need you. You're going to text me anytime you have a thought that you're stuck. I will help you. But we got it. There now it comes back to the elephant. How do you eat it? It's one bite at a time. But you first got to start. And the fastest way to start is find someone that's done it. Right? So let's do it. You're not going to find anyone even close to that's like me. I'm not afraid to tell you something you don't want to hear. I don't need your money, and I'm as honest as they come, and I'm going to tell you how I see it. So if you're giving me a bunch of bullshit, I'm going to call you out on bullshit, which is what you need to hear, because all you guys are A-type SOBs running a business, and no one's ever talked to you like, I'm going to talk to you like a man. And that doesn't mean I'm going to be crude or nothing. Not at all. I'm just going to tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. And so that's what you need. Like, I'm no bullshit here. I'm going to make sure you know where you're going and how you're going to get there. So what we're going to do first is in this podcast, or in this link, wherever I'm posting this video or this podcast, will be a link to sign up for a free appointment with me. Now, you're not signing up with me then. You're going to sign up. We're going to chit chat for 15 minutes to 30 minutes. And I'm going to find out if you're right for me. You're right. I'm right for you. I'm going to help you on something. This is not about me. If you want to learn about me, go to chadmurray.biz Instagram, or go to chadmurray-coach on YouTube. You'll find all my reviews. You can find anything you want about me. It's all about you. I want to talk about you. I want to find out what's going on in your life, in your business, and let's solve that. I don't want to spend any time on me. It's regardless. It's irrelevant. I got plenty of shit out there you can find out about me. And so you want to know about my business? Go ahead. Go to Master Services. Go to a lot of my podcasts. Go to my Instagram. Go to my Instagram page. All of that is you can find out about me there. And so when you show up and talk to me, we just got to see if we like each other. We work together, and then I'm gonna take your money, and we're gonna go. That's it. We're gonna go. That's what we're gonna do. So again, click down below. Find the link. Come find me. I'll fill out an appointment, show up, no expectations. I don't want you to prepare for anything. Show up, we're going to do it. This is where it says, this is where the start button hits. Now, this is the easy button now. Hit the start button. Book now, and all right, also, it's a big bonus. I'm sharing with this $500 with the 1-year contract. This is what you're going to get. You're getting Chad's Academy, and this is the vault. You're going to get all of this. You guys got to go to YouTube to see this. I mean, you want to really see what I built. I had some help with this. I've got my actual business courses that I built over from Kajabi are coming over here to go high level into this. That's being done here soon. So this is just the stuff that I've invested in and spent about 4 or 5 months building this out with some other guys. And this is Chad's Academy. So, I mean, it literally has social media, faceless video creation, social media supremacy, social marketing tool, TikTok training kit, LinkedIn marketing tool, Pinterest anatomy, webinar mastery, focus mastery, chaos to calm, YouTube mastery. I mean, all that. And publish on Amazon, how to do it, how to build your business, some courses there that are more of the generic side of it than when I'm getting real into the weeds, about how to build a business in my other side of the course. But here, if you scroll down and you see this on YouTube, my email list, but then the AI stuff that we invested in and learned. I'm sharing this with you, how to really use ChatGPT, how to use the AI survival guide, advanced features on ChatGPT, the pro tools, automate sales with chatbots, how to build your own, don't hire anyone else, build your own chatbots, AI platform mastermind, just all this stuff that I've done here is part of your $500 a month. And so with the contract, and plus you're going to get this forever. So once you get this, you're in this forever. If I build out for that first year, you're with me, I build out any other courses, that's going to be added in there too as well. And then there will be a subscription model if you don't coach anymore to just do that. And so one of the things I want to do, this is what I need to make very clear, is what is your goal when you come to work for me? The goal is my goal is to 2x your business. How fast can we 2x your business? So first of all, we're going to get your mindset right. We're going to get you winning. We're going to get you started, and we're going to get your sales on par to start doubling the business. That's goal number one. I mean, so the outcome here is by the end of the year, you're going to have a path to already have doubled your business or almost doubled your business in a year. That's my guarantee. Now, I can't help you if you're not implementing, but if you're implementing what I say, go to my YouTube videos of my people that have worked with me. The people that implement double their business. I want you to implement and double your business. Hey, that's my time for the podcast. So everybody, I want to thank everybody in the chimney industry. I'm scaling a little out of the chimney industry, but I want to thank the chimney industry. You've given me my life. You've given me my purpose. I'm talking financially. I'm not talking about my wife and all that kind of stuff and God. I'm talking about financially and my business, my friends in business, everybody that I've met you, whether I like you or don't like you, even the people that I don't like, thank you. You know why? Because you did something to me that made me either work harder or made me do something that was uncomfortable for me to do, and I did it. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry. But I love everybody now. I want everyone to know that. Come find me. Guys, I'm out.